Hello, and thank you for joining us for another edition of Coffee with Tom and Joanne. I'm Joanne Taranto.
And I'm Tom Matthews, and today we're taking you back in the time machine, talking about what we did to get to where we are today. And right now we're talking about fall of 2007, when the Great Recession had hit, and Joanne and I were sitting in a new office in Weston, figuring out how are we going to survive in this marketplace. And there was one great thing happening, and that was homes were coming on the market and not selling. So we decided to dive into a big campaign of chasing what's called expired listings. Homes that came to the market, listed with an agent, and failed to sell. So Joanne, what did we do? How do we kind of create this vision?
Oh, goodness. Imagine a time when there are so many houses on the market that you could spend weeks and weeks and weeks of looking at what's in your price range and then still not make a decision.
Yeah, exactly.
So their expired listings were listings that were taken, put on the market, and then failed to sell in whatever the contract time was. So we then took up a program that we followed which listings had expired and cross-referenced owners, phone numbers, addresses, the whole bit, to be able to make contact with these people and make them a pitch of why we were different. And the reason that this is an important part of our story is that you don't just get into real estate and people just hire you, right? You need to have experience, you need to have a business, you need to have a lot of things in place. And while we had a lot of these things in place, we just weren't in a phase in life where we had, a robust number of friends that were buying and selling houses. And we needed to cut our teeth into the market in some way, and expired listings were the way that we did it.
Yeah, and one of the most clever ideas that Joanne came up with, because Joanne has a marketing degree from Boston College, she said, why don't we go to Staples and buy multicolored envelopes? And so we went to Staples and bought orange and red,
forgot all about
green
this.
and yellow. We got all these different colored envelopes.
That's right.
8.5 by 11. And we hand wrote out letters.
Hundreds and hundreds of letters.
Print out MLS sheets. And we would say, hey, did you know the average MLS allows you to have 42 photos? You have 6.
We would critique the listing and give them the feedback.
And we went on and we started getting calls. And we went on hundreds and hundreds of appointments. And we got a lot of business from that. We were hitting home runs in the $500,000 to $700,000 range, which, coming from our Maynard days, was a huge step up. But cracking that $1 million threshold, that was a challenge. I believe we went on like 400 listing appointments over like 4 or 5 years before we got our first one.
Yep.
And that is yes. We got a lot of no's. We don't have appointments. We got a lot of no's. The biggest no was that you don't have the experience. You're young. And during that time frame, we synced up with Sotheby's. I think it was in 2011 we synced up with Sotheby's. And one of the owners of Sotheby's was like, just bring an experienced agent with you. That will get you the business. Joanne and I were so stubborn and so young. We're like, no, we're going to do it ourselves. We are determined to get our first $1 million listing ourselves. Yep. And we did.
And then we'll tell you the story of our first $1 million listing in the next video.
That will be awesome. If you like these videos, please subscribe. If you're looking for a realtor, reach out to us. We're actively taking on clients.
Cheers.